Today, for Hacker Replay, the first two matches, we have, hopefully, new cheats. Both of these matches were submitted as new cheats or cheats that have been gone for a long time and are now back. I am expecting them to not be completely 100% true. This first one is a cheat that, if it is true, we have not seen in like 3 years, I want to say, or 2 years. And it is a teleporting cheat. In this match, we have Random Crit who's accusing I'm on the phone right now. I did see, I just noticed, the Ash had like the operator portrait from Rainbow's Magic where Ash is like a toy soldier. Were you ever able to get that? No, looks like the operator portraits were just the normal ones. Yeah, so as far as we can tell, no, you were never able to buy that. So we can already tell that he's cheating just solely off that. If he has a card that is no longer or not available in general, you know, how is he running it? Now, apparently, he is able to teleport. Oh, yeah, he has the Dev Skin, Dev Charm, and cards that he should not have access to. Now, just to give a little bit of context for people who might not have been around forever. Oh, what the hell? Okay, well, Ash got blue hair now and a red face. But there used to be a cheat that people were able to use a long time ago where they were able to teleport. And the way they would do that is they would just vault off of like a surface or onto a surface. And then they would manipulate the game code to be like, I vaulted. And even though they're vaulting here, they would manipulate the game code to be like, I actually vaulted like over here. And then they would teleport across the map and do that. That cheat has since been, you know, removed and is not in the game anymore. But apparently this guy is still using some type of teleport cheat. I don't know how they would go about doing it, but I guess we'll find out. Apparently they can teleport into the game, or not game room, the bunk bed room. Kids room on the left. I'm not seeing a teleport yet. Just standard walls and I guess not quite aimbot, but no aimbot because he would have killed Thorn there and the shots would have gone all over the place. Yeah, no aimbot, just walls and obviously skin stuff. That was also an insanely fast repel. Was it? I mean, I don't see their movement speed being too fast, but I'll check the... I'll go back and see the repel. This is clearly in like a low level lobby because Thorin's just not noticing that Ash is right next to her. I don't understand how this would be fun to like try to style on someone while you're just blatantly cheating. Also, he's just missing. He knows where they are, but he keeps missing every shot. I guess he wants to think that he's good, but obviously if he's missing that many shots, he's not. They said the repel was fast. I guess it was, yeah. But it's also it's a short roof. Maybe it's just replay animation. Because the animation in the replay could still show him like connecting to the repel, but on his end, he's already repelling. The cheater teleported to my teammate mid-game, so I guess it could be any of the rounds. Let's find out. These poor guys, you can tell they're like bronze or copper because they just have zero awareness. I guess so, this is a standard, so they might even be bronze or copper, they could just be new players. Then he dies. Guess he was too cheap to pay for the cheats that allow you to see gadgets. I just want to see this teleporting that apparently he did. Because if he can actually teleport, that is like an insanely new insane new development for cheats that has not been around for a long time. But I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing it. I just saw it. What? So he vaulted and teleported. I think this might be the same one as the old cheat. So I think we might be able to see him vault here. I'm trying to do it in slow-mo so we can actually catch it. So yeah, it looks like he vaults. So I assume the old cheat is back where basically they can vault off of something and then tell the game they're vaulting somewhere else and it teleports them. But I don't know what he would have like tricked the system into saying he's vaulting off of here, because there's nothing to vault on the stairs. But this will be good to know. I have gotten to know some of the devs on the anti-cheat team, and I'm now able to send them very suspicious or like new cheats so that they can work on it faster. So I'll definitely send them this, because this is not normal. Yeah, okay, so he's doing the old cheat. Yeah, it's the same thing. He's trying to vault and then teleport somewhere. This is exactly how it worked before. It's the exact same cheat. It's just somehow they brought it back. Interesting. That'll be good to pass on to the dev team. He used the player position as the anchor point. Oh, he left. Yeah, like he probably did just vault to the person, but what I'm confused about is how does he vault on a person? The game shouldn't let you vault over a person, so, or into a person, so I don't know how he would have done that. I assume he has been banned, because there's no way someone who's using crazy cheats like that would not be banned. They usually get banned pretty quickly nowadays. Yeah, he was banned 4 days ago. This match was 4 days ago, so he probably got banned fairly quickly. He only made it to level 5. You know what I bet was the thing that got him banned? Oh, he actually got banned right after this match. So I hate to say it because cheaters might use this as a way to avoid getting banned in the future, but my guess is he got banned for running the dev skin and dev charm. They probably have a system in place where they track that and they're like, hey, this person is a new account leveling up and they have the dev skin and dev charm. Ban them, and then they just ban them. But yeah, he was banned 4 days ago. So he literally finished this match and got banned. Again, I think it was probably because of the dev skin and dev charm. That would be the easiest way to ban these people, because like no new account will have a dev charm and dev skin unless it's authorized by Ubisoft, so they can just ban people for running it. Which, I mean, if cheaters start not doing that, that sucks, because that would be an easy way to ban them, but I'm sure they would catch on anyways, because it's not that hard to realize, like, hey, I ran the dev skin and I got banned. What? So that was the first match with, unfortunately, teleporting cheats being back. That is not good. I guess I'll quickly say this before the next match. Hopefully Ubisoft is able to fix that, because my big concern right now is that they are slowing down content and patches because they're preparing for Siege X. That's why this season we only got one new operator and literally nothing else. We got the elite skins, but they already had that prepared ahead of time. So I'm worried that they won't be able to patch this until next season, because they're going to be like, well, we can't patch it now and then have to patch it again for Siege X, but maybe they'll still be able to do that and it will be its own like fix so it doesn't get affected by Siege X. I don't know. But the last thing I want is for last summer we had cheats just running absolutely rampant because Ubisoft was unable to fix them in time. And I don't want that to happen again, because Siege was basically unplayable for a solid 3-4 months. Alright, now let me pull up the file so I can remember exactly what happens in this match, because I remember it was a specific round. In the file, he says, I don't really know if he's cheating. By the way, this is Padozus who's accusing Yonger, the Capcan. He says, I don't really know if he's cheating, but in round 5, I got pinged from nothing while I was in the match. I never got the message that you were spotted by a scan and there was no drone, but somehow Deimos had him for his ability. Oh. Okay, so I didn't understand the submission at first, but now I understand it a bit more, and I think there's a very easy explanation for this. So, basically, in this round, he says that he's suspicious of the enemy team because they never scanned him, but somehow Deimos has the ability to track him. So you can only track someone as Deimos if you have ID'd them. So that means you either have to ping one of their gadgets or you have to scan the operator. If you don't do either of those, Deimos does not have you as a target. And he said, I never got scanned and no one ever saw my Capcan trap, so how did Deimos know that I was in the game and how was he able to track me? Unfortunately, there is a weird thing where, like, let's just say this is a drone, right? If the drone swings, starts scanning, and then as it's driving away, finishes the scan, it won't actually red ping you, but you'll still get ID'd. So I'm assuming that's what happens here. Because I don't really think there would be a cheat that just lets them see Capcan. But you can tell that he's intentionally trying to hide his location. Like, he is far from sight. He's just hiding in random spots, hoping that no drone sees him. Guess I should be third person so I can look out for drones. No drones have spotted those Capcan traps. And then just before we get into the actual round, let's make sure. So 4 drones got destroyed. Deimos is the only one with a drone left. No one did see Capcan. No one spotted him. No one looked at his traps. But Deimos does have Capcan available to him. I don't know if you guys can see it because of my webcam being in the way. Let's see if I can quickly move it. So yeah, Deimos actually does have Capcan available, but I don't think they ever spotted Capcan at all, so I don't know how they would know that he exists. No one ever spotted his traps, and no one ever spotted him. What we'll do is we'll rewind and make sure that no drone ever saw him. But also at the same time, someone in chat raises a good point. If Deimos did have a cheat that would ID people automatically, why would he only have Capcan and Castle? Like, why not have all of the operators? Which is very true. Oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's how. So Ash's drone did scan Capcan, but didn't ping him because they could see enough of Capcan for long enough that it ID'd the operator, but it didn't ping him. So that's why Deimos had Capcan targeted, or like as a target, but Capcan had no idea. So it's not a cheat, not even a bug. This is actually just how the game works. I don't know why it works like that. I don't know if they did it as a way to be like, okay, as long as like when you're scanning, you know, you actually see the operator for the most part, it'll let you ID them. But that is how it works. So he's scanned. Capcan didn't get the notification because he didn't fully scan him, but he ID'd him. And that's how Deimos is able to see him. Not a cheater, or at least that's not cheating. And then as far as I can tell, I think that's like really the only thing he's suspicious of. We can watch back, or we can watch the round. Again, it's Younger who he's accusing, who's 8-2. But like the main thing was just that he somehow was ID'd even though he felt that he shouldn't have been ID'd. Seems to be communicating with his team. Trying to give the diffuser to Deimos. Just kidding. I know it's, you know, just the one round, but he does seem to be playing normally. He's actually like pushing in and clearing and not just running in and knowing it's all safe. I think Deimos is going to track Capcan in a second here. Or he's just going to stand there. Oh, no, he's tracking him. There we go. So this is where Capcan's like, how did he know? He probably calls out, since I saw Deimos and Ash like staring at each other. I'm sure they communicated with each other. He calls out that Kapkan's in the library, and obviously he hears Kapkan kill Deimos, so he pushes in. And then kills Kapkan. Seem normal. I was gonna say I am getting controller vibes from him, but he just hip leaned without aiming down sight at all, so he's definitely mouse and keyboard. Now he's just running to sight to help his team because they have full sight control. Oh, are you good? He body shots, gets a kill, yeah. I don't think he is cheating. Obviously I didn't watch all the rounds, but we do have an understanding of how, you know, they knew that Kapkan existed. Because they did scan him, they just didn't ping him. I should make a TikTok or like a YouTube short on that about how that works, because a lot of people don't know that. Maybe I'll do that after stream today. Match number 3 today is Border. In this match we have Simi, I don't know, who is accusing Millie.eu of cheating, and I could be wrong. I swear I faced a person, or maybe we saw it on another hacker replay, a person who was cheating who also had a .eu at the end of their name. I know it doesn't mean anything, anyone could put .eu at the end, but I swear I've heard .eu as a cheater before. Maybe I saw it on Twitter, maybe I played against him, maybe I saw him in hacker replay, I don't know. I'm gonna guess cheating based off this. Seeing as how kinda lined her up beforehand and then like perfectly tracked her, but lost the gunfight anyways. And I know this doesn't mean anything, but I assume cheating solely based off of the scope. I don't think I'm crazy for saying that if you have the Russian hologram or Russian ACOG scope, you're probably a cheater. But that could just be personal bias. He hears the one on repel. Even I hear the one on repel. They lost that gunfight. Okay. He is doing a lot of like wall looking, but I have played that position a ton. I love playing that position on border. And if you stand at the door properly, you can hear and locate people based off of like where you're exactly looking. So he could just be doing what I normally do, which is just like, you know, you stare at the wall and then you move so that you can hear better based off of like how you're rotated. But he could also be walling, so. Especially seeing as how he doesn't know how to open a hatch or even vault through a window. And this is a like, I saw one champ background, so this has to be like a champ / diamond level lobby. Oh no, he's cheating. He's walling. So, I assume in the first 2 rounds, maybe his cheats weren't fully activated, or maybe he was like, you know, playing normally, and then he's like, you know what? No. Because he definitely like full toggled. He just tracked that bucket perfectly. And he's already looking at them through the floor. He knows that upstairs is safe, but he's just staring at them through the floor. And he's just following the Ash before he can even see her. He's like aiming preemptively. afraid of the, who's that? Deimos? Yeah, Deimos outside. And then he pre-fires the wall. Bruh, you cannot be making it that obvious. But yes, blatantly cheating, blatantly walling. I am very curious. I feel like they were cheating in the first 2 rounds, but I think they're just ass. So I think they just lost the gunfight. And like maybe they toggled on more cheats. Maybe they have, you know, levels to it, and they're activating more and more as they keep losing. But they for sure have walls. They're for sure cheating. They're just kind of ass. His aim's not that good either. Neither is his map knowledge. I would assume he's been banned if he's blatantly walling this bad, but we have seen cheaters who make it to like level 500 and never get banned. Millie.eu, not banned. Diamond for 2 seasons, already at 227 matches this season alone. Level 201. So at the very least, cheating for 2 seasons, because they're not a diamond player. They don't move or act like a diamond. They only got diamond through walls. But level 200, not banned. They lose a lot, shockingly. Now, like, the fact that they're not banned and they lose a decent amount makes me want to keep watching to make sure. But we know he's cheating. Like, I don't think there's any way you can possibly dispute that he is cheating. It's very obvious. Also, you are right, yeah, 200 matches, and the season's only been out for 3 weeks, I think. It came out March 10th or something, March 14th, 7th, I don't know. That is a lot. That is, on average, like, 10 matches a day-ish. Last season, he had 450 matches. Check if he's boosting anyone. Not a bad idea. He's already played with a bunch of cheaters who got banned. It looks like he's boosting anti.lin. Because he's played with him a bunch, and Pulsey as well. And then I don't know if the OSA could be one of them, but I'll check. Mark Saltyberg is the OSA, and then apparently Amelia is the Ash, Angela's the Raura, Everfun is the OSA, Pulsey is the Ace, so that means Nerf My Zim is anti.lin. So he's playing on, yeah, he's playing on console, I think. But why would we see his Ubisoft name? So maybe it's just PC and that's his console account. It doesn't surprise me that someone called Nerf My Zim is queuing with a cheater, like a Blaine cheater. Blaine cheater, hope he gets banned, because that's ridiculous. Next match, Skyscraper. This is a 9-round match from Miss Panic, who is accusing Mikuhel. 9-round match. I feel like it should not be obvious, but maybe it is, and they just suck. Not checking anything at all. Literally just full sprinting in. And normally, like, I wouldn't judge the full sprint because I do that too. But normally I come through here and I try to minimize the amount of angles you'd have to check before you walk up the stairs. He ran past like 15 different possible doors and angles that someone could be at and just didn't check a single thing. Instead of running to the closest staircase, he runs to a farther away staircase. Now, with all that being said, he is kind of now just looking around and reacting, not being ready for it. He looks away from Aruni after she leaves the door. I think he might be cheating, chat. I think he just might be ass. This is ranked, by the way, so I think this person might just be a low-level player who doesn't know how to use walls well. Like, so I know this is not proof, but like, the reason you can kind of tell that this is cheats and not just normal reaction is that he hears the shots on the right, and instead of holding the, you know, corner to see them as soon as possible, he aims at them through the wall, and then now is looking through the hole that he made, because that's in their direction, and he doesn't realize that he's looking too far, and then he's like, oh shit. Like, if that was someone legit and he swings like that, he's just dead, because, you know, the alibi is gonna kill him. You can also see here he is just like running after her. He's not really checking much. He only checks exactly where Legion is. And otherwise, what's the point of checking any room, right? He ignores all of that, but he's looking right at Legion and waiting for him, even though he has zero reason to know that Legion is there. And then it's a little funky here because unfortunately with Legion Goo Mines, it breaks spectator vision, but yeah, again, he's only checking where people are. He is never checking anything else. He did not get the kill there. Ash did. Yeah, no, he is definitely cheating. I'm very curious how this made it to 9 rounds. He only has 9 kills. How do you blatantly wall like this and only get 9 kills in 8 rounds? He is averaging 1.25 kills per round. Barely positive. Or barely 1 per round. From the looks of it, the cheater unfortunately does win. We just sides, get rid of the color mix-up. He keeps stomping as well, which makes me wonder if he's activating more cheats. Because again, unfortunately, cheats now are adaptable. You can like scale them up, go from like subtle cheats to just full blatant. That way you only toggle full blatant in the last round and you don't have it all game. I feel like, okay. I feel like if you're a good player with cheats, here's how you easily push this, and it's not even that suspicious. You're just holding this angle, you hear the pulse, you push in, and then, like, literally, you heard the pulse, you can swing this. I guess people might find that suspicious, so what you could do is just then push all the way over here. You know Pulse is scanning. He's not paying attention to you, so you push all the way over here, and you push the Legion out, and it just looks like you're roam clearing. But instead, he is so, like, I guess stressed here. He's like, I know there's 2 people, but I don't know how to push them or what to do. Instead, he's just stuck in a corner here, paralyzed. And now, oh, he's actually doing what I said as the second option, which is just to push the Legion. But because he pushed all the way up there and then stopped, that looks more suspicious than if he had just pushed in. And here, he can't even... He's struggling to tell where the pulse even is, because he does not know map layout. Oh, terrible aim. Wait. The cheater loses. There's no way. Oh my god, the cheater loses. He has walls. He knows where everyone is. All he has to do is shoot. No wonder this guy downloaded cheats. Even with cheats, he can't win. Ooh, let's judge his stats. I'm sure they are embarrassing. So he was a boosted platinum because he had a negative KD in plat. I assume he was also boosted to emerald, but he had a positive KD with that one. So he was struggling in emerald. He was actually struggling in gold. He was in gold and had a negative KD. Possible that it could have just been hit in MMR, but I assume that he was struggling if he's negative and only in gold after 31 matches. I think I have less than that. Like, significantly less than that, and I'm already almost where he is. I have 21 matches, and I'm only 1 rank away, 2 ranks away. But he was definitely struggling. Terrible cheater. Loses the match. Next match is Lair. In this match, we have Linguini. I assume that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. I don't think that's how... Is that how Linguini is spelled? Maybe it is. Linguini.png, who's accusing Proncy. Is that a recoil cheat? There, he has recoil. Here, he has recoil again, but it looked like it goes up, and then it's like stays still there. He also is doing the typical AFK at the beginning of the round, not moving at all. And then now he's suddenly gonna push in. Also note the default everything. Default gun skin, default attachment skin, and I assume default uniform. Yep. What am I watching? Okay. So, he's lagging, clearly. He walks in, doesn't even come close to hitting them. Gets a headshot. Aims at the dead body, because I guess he doesn't realize he killed them. Hey, this wasn't even, like, fast-forwarded, but that seems way too quick. I think he's just lagging like crazy, or has, like, a really budget PC. It doesn't look like he is the one controlling his recoil. It seems like super stuttery. I assume he has some type of like aim bot in that sense that it's gonna aim for him. He got the kill there. I think he's just really laggy. I see laggy every round. I hope that... I know this might be a long shot. I mean, it honestly probably isn't. I have a concern that this guy lags a lot, and then because like he's lagging like this clearly, and then he uses that as an excuse as to why he should cheat. You know, like, well, I lag, so I need to even the playing field by getting cheats. And I know some of you will probably say like that's ridiculous. Why would he ever think that? There was a whole post on the R6 subreddit about this where someone just posted, they're like, cheaters of Siege, can you just explain why you cheat? And then the one guy was like, I work a 9 to 5 and I have 2 kids. I don't have time to get better at the game, so I'm just going to cheat so I'm just as good as everyone else who's sweating in this game. Like, people will come up with some crazy ass fucking excuses as to why they want to cheat. And I have a suspicion that if this guy's lagging this badly, that might be why. Sometimes people look at stuff like this and they're like, well, it's not my fault. Like, I did nothing wrong. Like, if I didn't lag, I wouldn't have to cheat. It's like, not an excuse. I'm guessing that the cheater lost. Yeah, I was gonna say, with how laggy he is, that's not consistent. They're probably gonna die a decent amount. But he did get 14 kills while lagging like crazy. The one thing I'm having trouble telling, though, is I can't tell if he is lagging because of internet. Like, here, he's just standing outside. So either he's lagging because of internet, or he's using, like, lag cheats. Because there's a whole new subset of cheats now where people basically use, like, some type of lag switch or whatever to abuse parts of the game. That's how people were getting into ceilings and stuff, is by using lag switches. But I don't know if they'd be doing the same thing for getting kills, but it doesn't seem like it because he's shooting at stuff and people aren't dying or taking damage because he's lagging. Well, I will say, I feel like he's died more to lag than it's helped him. Again, I don't think he is lag switching. I think he's just lagging while cheating. And he definitely has aimbot, as you can tell. Like, when he aims on sight, it just like locks onto them. It's not like a natural, he's like, oh, I'm gonna aim at them now. Like, he aims away from them, and then it just snaps to them. But then he still loses gunfights. Or at least loses enough that they lose the match. I'm curious who he's queued with, because everyone else in this team seems to be literally brain dead. They're like 1 and 5, 0 and 5, 2 and 3, or 0 and 3. Although he doesn't seem much smarter. I think he must be boosting them. Alright, I have a theory. New theory, chat. He wants to pay for a new PC and new internet, so he downloaded cheats so that he can boost people to make money to then pay for those things. But he already got banned. Actually, he's only level 23. This was a standard match, so he's probably not even doing that. He's probably just trying to level up so he could go play in ranked or cheat in ranked. He had a 4 KD. I'm going to go back to my original theory. I think he blames lag. He says, if I didn't lag, I'd be so much better at this game. So to give himself an even playing field, he downloads cheats. That's my guess. And then we do have one more match to watch today. This was actually a pretty quick hacker replay, because I think every single match except for Villa was a cheater, right? Millie was cheating, Miku was cheating, Pronsi was cheating, I'm on the phone right now was cheating. Younger was the only one who wasn't, because that was the misinterpretation of being scanned. And then we have the last one, on Border, where I don't know how accurate this will be, but I'm guessing it's going to be kind of accurate. They say that someone is like a typical white knight cheater, where they claim that someone on the defense or like the accusing team is cheating, so they toggle their cheats on. So to use names, Sir Monocle is accusing Assets with the lines. So allegedly what happens is that Assets, after I think it's the first 2 rounds, says you guys are being so obvious, you're cheating because he keeps dying. So then therefore he activates his cheats and is like, I'm doing my part and I'm combating cheaters. But he's like a fake white knight. Because there are white knights who genuinely only cheat when there are cheaters, but then most of them eventually start getting to the point where they're like, well, everyone who kills me is a cheater, so I'm just going to toggle on my cheats anytime I die. It happens a lot. I don't think he's for sure got walls on now, because like he literally just ran past the zombie, ran in there, and then proned. But he could also intentionally run in and die to be like, wow, you guys killed me, you're cheating, and then give himself a validation as to why he would activate any cheats. Which, like, it is sad to me that people will do that. They will go out of their way to come up with any excuse to cheat. Because, like, I know, I guess the mentality is different for everyone, but I'm always just like, man, if I lose in a game, I'm just going to be like, what can I do to get better? Not, what can I cheat with to win? That looked like 0 recoil there. But I also was half looking. Doesn't look like he's cheating here either. But then I assume in this next round, when he starts accusing them of cheating, it's gonna get a lot more obvious. Is rank good at the moment? Full of cheaters. I'm in bronze. So better to stay low rank. Well, your visible rank doesn't matter. All that matters is your hidden MMR, and you can't change that quickly, at least. So you can't really choose how you're gonna play and who you're gonna play against. In my opinion, cheaters are at their lowest that they have been in like a year. Doesn't mean there's gonna ever be 0 cheaters. There's always gonna be cheaters. I just don't think they're as common as people claim them to be. And also, cheaters exist in every single rank. There will always be cheaters in every rank, because there are some people who are like, I'm copper, and this is bullshit. I should be diamond, so they start cheating. No way he just pinged that instead of shooting them. They did say in round 3 he started white knighting, but it's possible that he accuses them in this round and then the next round he white knights. Or maybe he doesn't cheat at all. I don't know. It does look like they lose this round, so... Again, also, he does look lost. Like, he doesn't really look like he knows what he's doing. His reaction time is also bad. The reload is bugged. No one's over there. God, that aim. And he dies. Okay. Early this round. He must toggle? Also, people who are like, I'm diamond, I should be champion. Often people who are already good and invested feel like they deserve the higher rank because they know they're good, but feel like something unfair is holding them back. You are correct. Usually I find, in cases I've seen, the people who mainly say that are the ones who blame it on their teammates. They're like, if it weren't for my teammates, I would be champ. And they're like, well, the only way I can combat my shitty-ass teammates is by cheating. And it looks like Azami has now activated their cheats. They had almost 0 recoil there. But they were also only 2 feet away from the wall, so maybe it was just the distance. But their recoil and aim seemed terrible before, so I don't know how they would suddenly get better. Okay, recoil there was worse, and he hit no one, so maybe no anti-recoil cheats. But does he have walls? Let's find out here. When someone's on rappel, will he look at them through the wall and pre-fire them? No. It did look like a reaction. It didn't look like necessarily he was lining them up. Again, the submission says that he accuses the orange team of cheating and then beats them after he toggles on his cheats and says he's just doing his job. So assuming the text chat is, you know, true, it's serious, then I feel like this should be obvious. All these kills seem fine so far. And then he wallbangs them, but someone was pinging. There was a Valve camera in there. The ping wasn't accurate, and he shot to the left of the ping, but maybe it was just lucky. Auto reload. I think it's just a replay bug because he keeps reloading, but it's not making the animation. I don't think that's a cheat. I've never seen or heard of that cheat before, at least. Let's see when he reloads the deagle. If he ever reloads the deagle. Okay, so still no reload. Let me watch Capcan when he reloads. Does he ever reload? Okay, this guy doesn't even know. He's trying to put Capcan traps on a metal detector. No, okay, the reload's just bugged because even he doesn't have it. I mean, given how bad... Wait. Is that a diamond charm he has on? I think it is. I don't remember what season that would be, but I'm pretty sure it's a diamond charm. And his teammate, Blessed Cynical, was so bad as a Capcan that they were trying to put a Capcan trap on a metal detector. So how is he diamond while his teammate looks like he just ate a whole bottle of glue? Capcan's catching strays. Bro, he was trying to put a Capcan trap on the metal detector. You can't expect me not to roast him for that. He also, the Valkyrie, the accused cheater, was doing like Hasham peeking, which is not something that many low-ranked players or worse players will be good at or even know how to do. He does feel significantly better than he did before. Like when he was on attack, he felt way worse. Now he's just running through them. But that also, I mean, when you're on defense, you know, they have to push you, so you can just like surprise them by running at them. But again, if this is ranked, if he's diamond, he should not be in the same lobby as someone who is clearly like grass 2. If he was cheating there, he would have held that angle and killed that person as they peeked, but instead he looked away. I have a theory. Either one, he is boosting, and he's with teammates who are really bad. 2, some of his kills could look suspicious because he might be lagging. He didn't hit a single bullet here. This is where he's aiming. This is where Monty is, and he's getting damage on them. And then he gets a headshot hitting a pillar. So I would assume lagging of some kind, or he could have a cheat that like just auto kills for him. But I would guess more likely lagging. But for the overall, he's either boosting, trying to get the blessed guy up in rank, or the other potential is that he could be coming from console, and he could be like bringing his knowledge over, and he's just stuck in the low ranks. Because when you switch platforms, you do start all over again. Never mind. He went from gold. He was like basically stuck in gold to now he's an emerald. And he did not play with any of the people other than Sia. Oh, and Twizzy Planet. But the really bad people he did not play with. From March 18th, it was on Border. He wins. He goes 11-4. It's this match. So, wait, how? I'm confused. The fuck is this lobby? It's on EU as well. Pull it up so I can pull up some extra tabs. He's feud with these two people who are silver/gold and copper/bronze. So he might just be playing with people who are significantly worse than him, because as you can see here, he's gaining 70, but they're only gaining 28 and 38. So he could be playing with them to lower his MMR. Because if we look at the average person on the enemy team, we have a silver who somehow was diamond back in commanding force, but has been stuck in bronze and copper ever since, and gold. Definitely not a diamond player. And then we have a copper/bronze. We have a gold, used to be plat, but now gold/silver. And then we have a plat, used to be emerald. Okay, this whole lobby has weird ranks. And then we have a silver/bronze. So I think this is a case of playing with friends to lower your MMR to maybe get easier lobbies, or maybe just playing with friends. He could just be having a good time and trying to play with friends who are way worse at the game than him. There's no harm in that. And then he also got two people on his team who are, in my opinion, copper level players. The guy who tried to put the cap cans on the metal detector is somehow a silver. Make that make sense. Yeah, so I don't think he's cheating. I'll read what the text file said. So the text file said, this report is for presumably a White Knight cheater. He wiped out our team completely, and he even got the guts to say he will not be banned because he is fighting for a good cause. He's most obvious in round 3 and on. One of my teammates got lucky and got a 3 count round 2. Then the hacker accused him of cheating and said he would toggle on to counter him. So allegedly, he said all of this in-game chat, which would mean that, you know, there could be some stake in it, saying he's like, I'm toggling on. I don't know many people who would just say that if they're not cheating, because also Ubisoft could potentially ban you for saying it. They're claiming you have cheats. But yeah, I don't think he's cheating though. If he is cheating, he kind of sucks. But I don't think he's cheating. But today we had 4 cheaters, 1 not cheater, 1 question mark. Was the last match. Really sad to see the teleporting cheats are back, because that once that becomes popular again, ranked is just going to be unplayable because people are just going to teleport to you, kill you, and then leave. Or like, well, not leave. They're going to win the game, and then you're going to have to leave and find a new game. Hopefully those teleport cheats are going to be shut down quickly. In Varsity, no exaggeration, recoil macros are absolutely wreaking havoc on console. Yeah. So I guess I'll quickly talk about that before I end Hacker Replay and my video for YouTube. So I made a video today called Cheats Are an All-Time Low, and I didn't look at the comment section, but people were telling me that apparently the comment section was just filled with people being like, console has so many cheaters now, what are you talking about? So, and that's, yeah, I looked at the comments for 1 second, that's what it says. There are always going to be a lot of cheaters on console, because unfortunately the issue with console is that Microsoft and Sony don't really allow companies to do too much in terms of how they combat cheaters on console. You're kind of just left to your own devices. Other companies have had more success, but they're also newer titles. Ubisoft, remember, is working on a 10-year-old game. It is hard to update anti-cheat for a 10-year-old game to be as good as a new anti-cheat like Valorant's Vanguard, which also I've heard apparently Valorant is just plagued with cheaters right now, so I don't know how good that actually is anymore. And yeah, people might be saying, well, I'm still facing cheaters. Console's filled with cheaters, blah, blah. As much as it sucks to hear this, it's still better than it was before. You guys are maybe facing 1 cheater every like game in console. Back like 8-9 months ago, it was like 5 cheaters a game. It was really bad. So sure, you might be facing a lot more cheaters, but it's still better than it was before. And I know people won't be happy with that. People were getting pissed on Twitter when I tweeted out that I'm happy Unranked's coming back, because they're like, Ubisoft should be focusing stuff like anti-cheat. Like, they're doing what they can. It's a completely different field than everything else they're working on. Like, Siege X does not have anything to do with anti-cheat. You know, cosmetics don't have anything to do with anti-cheat. They're doing what they can. It's just a hard fight. And like, let's be honest here. As much as people like to complain, we all can acknowledge that this cheating situation has gotten better. It does concern me, like I said, that other cheats are coming back, but it's gotten better. Still not perfect, but it's gotten better.